call upon the timer to start timing when I finish my introduction. So we had some talks, and the initial agreement was to talk about parliamentary procedure. And in the world of Toastmasters, TMI has copyrights from Robert's Rule, which is the basic reference in parliamentary procedure. They took certain sectors and sections from Robert's Rule, which is a big reference book, and put it inside an official kit. So the kit comes with slides, manual, a very nice handout on the 15 basic motions in any club. I remember I had this kit from the days of 2007, but unfortunately I misplaced that kit. So instead of going online and digging from any source, I told the Toastmaster Ragu, I think I won't do it. Let me stick with the thing I do best. And then hopefully when I order a new kit, I promise you that I'll come and give you a proper parliamentary procedure session. So, what do I do best? That I do. But what I do best, you can start now with the timer. What I do best, what I find passion in, what I find my own little moment of joy is to look into speeches, dissect them, analyze them, search for the sciences behind them, use Toastmasters to analyze how exactly speakers bring about their speeches. And I found a very important group of ideas. All of them came from past champions of Toastmasters. They say that a picture paints 1,000 words. A metaphor paints 1,000 pictures. So, my plan for this club is to hopefully join you soon and try to deliver whatever I have from my humble experience in analyzing speeches, analyzing the art of transforming your feelings, your thoughts from you as sender to you as receivers. This session will only tackle one section of the whole process of crafting a speech, which is how do you start a speech? And this particular material has a very nice metaphor. This metaphor was developed by 2005 world champion speaker, and he said, starting a speech is like driving one mode of transportation. You can start a speech by driving a car, driving a diesel engine bus, driving a train, or flying an airplane. That's the metaphor. And this is the secret in Toastmasters. They deliver massive principles and beautiful metaphors. Let's analyze these four modes of transportation and give you a little bit more of the science behind it. They say, when you deliver a speech like driving an old-fashioned car, when you drive an old-fashioned car, you know exactly how you will step inside, close the door, switch on the engine, start driving. You can have some excitement around the road, but everything is standard. Get inside the vehicle, switch the engine on, start driving. This is a typical speech. If you use by the book approach, by the manual approach, without even adding a single touch of creativity, you will be driving a vehicle. Safe, no accidents. But we all know that driving a car is not always as exciting as driving a bus. Larger scale, bigger, massive subject matter to maneuver around the audience rocky road. There's only one problem. In every diesel engine, starting up a diesel engine is a tedious process. It takes a long time to have problem in get to the point. Many speakers tend to ramble on and on about a topic without telling us why he or she is delivering a speech. David Brooks, 1990 World Champion speaker, says, you have only 90 seconds, 90 seconds in a 7-minute speech to grab the attention of the audience. If you fail to grab their attention and tell them what you will tell them, you are losing about 40% of the value of your speech. Rambling on is like starting a diesel engine. It takes a long time. But by that time, your passengers are fast asleep. That's the metaphor of driving a bus with a diesel engine. Next is driving a train. Trains are efficient. They can accommodate many thoughts and ideas, opinions, values, but they have another problem. They are monotonous. Monotony is the second largest problem we have in a typical speaker here for most of the world. Because vocal variety, to me, in my experience, and many other evaluators, is the single most difficult area of improvement anyone can achieve. Because all of us are born with a natural voice of speech. We are all born with a couple of vocal cords with certain thickness and certain length. So there is no way I can imitate the voice of Abbas Akbar. Even if I try my best. There are some talented people who can change the vocal pitch, but not all of us are talented enough. So the monotony of the train is another problem that many people face in their speeches. What we need to focus upon as speakers is taking your audience through a journey. That journey is best described by flying an airplane. Until today, whenever I ride an airplane and take off, it's the best time I have because the excitement of the thrust force that takes you all the way from the ground to the first initial moments of flying. I bet you that most of you in this room still, until today, hold your breath in amazement. This is how a typical champion speaker does his or her speech. He or she knows the secret of holding your breath just in taking off an airplane. Taking us into a journey that is not monotonous because you have turbulences. You go up and down while you're flying the airplane. And the best part is when you land that airplane because your excitement will be mixed with fear, astoundment, and sometimes wonder. That's why sometimes you see in a typical airline or airplane, even when they land, people clap. That is of many metaphors that I've read recently was the best way to describe the most common problems in driving a speech. So go back into your last 5 speeches, whether they were addresses or keynotes or project speeches, and see how many of them were you behind the wheel of a car, driving them as per textbook. How many of them were delivered on a very bad day for you as a speaker, and it took a long time to get to the point, as if you're driving a bus? How many of them were delivered without preparation? That's why they delivered with monotony, like a train. And how many proud speeches you made, you still remember, that made your audience cry, laugh, bewilder, and clap for you at the end? If only one of your last 10 speeches was an airplane, and you are in the right direction. You don't have to move from driving a car to flying an airplane within 1 or 2 months. Even air pilots, they take a long time to study and earn their license. Take your time, see how other pilots fly their speeches like airplanes. Use social media, YouTube, and the internet to see how the best are flying their speeches. Analyze them. Seek the help of people who've been there, done that. And I guarantee you, your next 10 speeches will at least have 3 or more errors. This I had